Hello everybody. Yeah, bed. My dog's here. I've got my live stream on right now. Just waiting for the press conference. Eddie, go on. Sorry guys. Yeah, so here we are. I want to say a few things as well before we start as well, guys. I don't want any of you thinking that this is one of those things where I'm just doing it for, because I think there's going to be something that's going on and all this sort of stuff. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in know or anything like that. I'm just giving you a reaction to what I think we need right now. He's everything that we need. So I don't know. I'm just getting your guys' comments up here. Yeah, so who knows what we're looking in for at the minute. I'm not 100% sure. I can't tell you anything. So hold on. I've just been told it's laggy, so I'm just gonna like 4G reconnecting. Hopefully that should be okay. That a bit better. Let me know if it's all right. Seems a little bit better. Yeah, buzzing. Yeah, so that's So what can we expect from this? I'm not sure. What can we expect from this? I ain't got a clue. If any of you as well haven't caught the LS11 podcast earlier, I was doing it with Ryan, with the Pigeons and Joe, obviously our man. It was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Talking everything Bielsa, talking everything Leeds. So that was excellent, really. So it's just such a shame that right now there seems to be this like sort of negative lull around what's going on. Even people talking about what we'd do if Bielsa left and all this sort of stuff, who we'd get in. I don't even want to think about that right now, to be honest. What I do think as well is the sort of how this sort of, if it does come to sort of fruition right now, I think how this media frenzy is sort of gone after him. And I've said it before as well. I think it's xenophobic. I think it's bordering on racist. How they've gone after him and told him to keep his ethos and all this sort of stuff in Argentina. And his methods won't work in Britain. It won't work over here because we are how we are. And it's never happened to him anywhere he's been. It's never happened to him in Italy. It's never happened to him in France. Never Spain. Albeit Italy wasn't there for very long. It's never happened to him in Argentina. I just think it's absolutely disgraceful. I don't think there's any other country in the world where you will get this media spiral out of something so meek and sort of like meek. And I think as well, you look at some of the comments last night from journalists such as Stuart Pearce. I mean, for someone who arguably knows the British game, and it's definitely been around some of that because there was arguments that Clough used to do the exact same. I'm dumbfounded by how naive and ignorant it is, and I cannot believe it's spiraled into Bielsa having to come out after he's apologised anyway, well, not apologised, but admitted to it, and he's having to come out and sort of defend himself in a press conference for a rule that's not even there. And I can't believe I'm filming this. I can't believe there's a live reaction to whatever this is going to be. And I'm just apprehensive. I'm really, really apprehensive at the minute, and I know you lot are as well. Hence why there's 127 of you watching this. So yeah, who knows how it's going to go. I think I've got some sort of like dodgy Romanian stream here. But yeah, Sky Sports News I'm trying to find at some point. Guys, if you want to know I'm streaming it, I'm just literally trying to find some Sky Sports News streams on the internet, really. And if not, if worse comes to where, guys, I'm just going to react to what Phil Hay says. I'm just going to have sort of an updated stream for you guys to look at, because to be honest, I'm terrified of watching it anyway, to be honest. So it's one of those things where I'm just going to be reacting to it. If any of you guys have a stream, you can let me know, but I think I might have found one. We'll have to see. Yeah, so it's tough fun at the minute, isn't it? I mean, what do you guys think at the minute? I've seen a lot of people saying, well, this is tosh, this is all this sort of stuff. Well, it might be tosh. I'm hoping it is tosh. you know, guys, don't come on the stream if you're just gonna like sort of like start hating all this sort of stuff, because we're all in the same boat here. We're all nervous. We all don't want it to happen. We all want to talk about it, and that's what this fan channel's for. It's for all of you to come here and express your opinions, and I can read it out, and I'm one of you guys as well. I'm just trying to get this stream up. But Christ alive, how much are we going to go after Lampard if this is the case? How much are we going to go after all these people who are going on about us at the minute? I mean, I'm just terrified at the minute. So I'll read out some of your comments anyway. Leeds are being stitched up again. Stephen Hoy, Tom Cundine, can't believe what Lampard did. Colin Ricketts, not hating on you, annoyed about one source story. Yeah, Colin, no, that's no problem, mate. I think we're all in the same boat at the minute, aren't we? We're just all shitting ourselves. Joseph Tiffany, it's going to be about Spygate. Yeah, let's hope so. Vulcan Warrior, will we still go up if he leaves? I'm not sure. Leeds Vlogger TV, hi bro, hi mate, hope you're alright. Vamos Bielsa, Dr. Frosty, him leaving because of Spy BS will be a bit of an overreaction. Yeah, I want to touch on that as well. It's a good point from Frosty. I think it would be a massive overreaction, and we've already discussed this in our group chat as well, how we do think it would be a slight overreaction, and I completely sympathise with that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's an overreaction. This guy's done it before. You know, we had a 2-hour press conference after the Marseille saga, and yes, it wasn't in the same circumstances, but at the end of the day, he still left, and he had a 2-hour press conference. Don't be denying, guys, that this isn't going to be a massive press conference. I think I'm going to need a new fucking phone battery at the end of this, because this is just going to be a massive one. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. But, you know, we're all apprehensive, aren't we? What would we all expect? What would we all like? I mean, I'd like a Kiko Casilla signing, and maybe if Bielsa walks in with Lampard's head and just goes like that, sort of Undertaker style. Do you know what I mean? That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it? God. Yeah, guys, some people talking about me needing a new phone. I'm not sure. This is a new Samsung S8, guys. I've done some absolute bits with this phone. Yeah. You coming in to watch?
Not yet.
No, I'm streaming now. But yeah, so I've just got the stream here. So yeah, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, guys, it's my dad. My dad's just sat down. Also annoyed at the journalistic framing of emergency versus impromptu. Yeah, 100%, mate. Billy Neesaw, the Derby police have said that they didn't enter the training ground. Yeah, I mean, they didn't press charges. They didn't do anything against the guy. They deemed it fit. They didn't find any pliers, of which has been reported. I don't know if Lampard reported that, but I don't know what that guy's doing. He's just making it worse and worse and worse. Far from Fangio, didn't Lampard originally say he'd leave the Spygate crap to the footy authorities? He did actually, yeah. He said that in his pre-conference of the game. But I mean, my question would be, why is he saying it anyway? Why is he coming out and making that statement before a game? Is it to put fear in the opposition's head? Well, it didn't, did it? Because we galvanised them, we absolutely battered them 2-0. But I think he's just a little bit bitter, isn't he? And unfortunately, it's come to this really, where it's turned into a media frenzy. I mean, it's been trending on Twitter for 2 days, which you rarely see. You rarely see something trending on Twitter for 2 full days, and this Bielsa saga has. It's an absolute joke, and it's because it's Leeds. It's because it's Leeds, and I firmly believe that. Tom Cundine, it's because we've got 2 wins over him. Yeah, it is. I fully believe it. And for a respectable man like Frank Lampard to come out and say what he said, I'm absolutely disgusted with him, and I couldn't give 2 shits if he's lost respect for Bielsa, because I think everyone in the football world's lost respect for Frank Lampard, because he's a very naive manager. You don't see it from, you sort of compare Gerrard and Lampard in managerial statuses as you do with them as player types. And Gerrard's gone up there, he's gone about his business quietly, and I feel Lampard's he's always got something to say as Frank Lampard, and there's always a bit of an excuse in there. And I think this time he's gone way too far. And I think this time he's, I mean, what have we got as a club? How amazing would it be for us to get promoted with the whole Toby Knight incident, which is horrendous. Backs against the wall with the AFL earlier on in the season with what they were doing to Jansen, the whole Bielsa saga. How excellent would this be if Bielsa just came out, and with everything that's happened this week, obviously with the horrible thing with Masinga, and then with Toby Knight, I'm just praying he doesn't come out and sort of resign, because it'd be a torrid week for Leeds United, and I'm praying that he doesn't. And I think it'd be, to be honest, I'd be disappointed in Bielsa if he did do that, because with everything that we've gone through this week, I think it would be a really sad state of affairs if he was to go on the premise of just the English press sort of going after him, really. Sorry, guys, if I keep stopping every now and again. I've got these. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Got a call through. I mean, even I'm reading on Sky Sports just here, Real Madrid goalkeeper Kiko Casilla to undergo a medical at Leeds. It's absolutely mental, like, what's going on. Like, I can't believe that it's one of those things where what's going on with Casilla and now this. I mean, this is why it's just possibly it's just one of those things where he's just addressing the Spygate thing, and that's what I'm hoping. But you never know, do you? You never know. Hello, guys. If you're just joining, by the way, this is Conor Ramblings at the South Stand. And we're just reacting to Marcelo Bielsa's press conference, which is due to kick off in a couple of minutes' time, I think. So through the press conference, guys, I'm just going to be trying to listen to what he says. I'm going to leave you guys on the stream as well, so you can sort of watch my reaction. As well, yeah, 270 of you watching now. Thank you for your support again, but I'm not sort of classing this as support, because I know you guys are here for one reason, and I thoroughly empathise with that. And hey, it's why I'm here too. It's why I'm sat here next to a boiling hot radiator, because it's the only way my bloody phone will go in and my laptop will go in. Where can I watch the Bielsa press conference? I'm not sure, mate. I've just got Sky Sports News, so I've just logged into it, you see. So maybe a streaming site you'll be able to look into. But yeah, I think what time we're on now, sort of we're looking for it in the next couple of minutes, really. I don't know if my stream's going to be behind, but if you guys find out something possibly a little bit before me, then I probably won't see it, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, I hope you're all right, guys, anyway. And yeah, if you just come in, then welcome. I know Pontus has reacted to the one sport story, which is fantastic. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot as well. The fact that he's done that. I mean, I just don't know what that means. Marcelo Bielsa is so spontaneous. I don't think even Jansen. I mean, Jansen might have an inclination, but that's not a free pass for me. At the minute, I guess it's a negative mindset, guys, but I'm just terrified by what could potentially happen at the minute. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully Jansen's right. Hopefully Johnson's right. Dad, you want to turn this heating off? You want to turn this heating off?
Yeah.
Raring. Sorry, guys, domestic problems. Yeah, guys, if my old man's still here afterwards, then I'll speak to my dad about it. But I think the press conference is about to start at some point anyway. They're teasing us, I swear to God. Just waiting for it to come on now at some point. Come on, you bastards, get to it.
Very good evening, one and all. Welcome along to the Transfer Centre. Lots of breaking news on the way for you this evening, including the latest on Gonzalo Higuain's
Who's bothered about Gonzalo Higuain? Got Marcelo Bielsa and Kiko fucking Casilla. Making us sweat, aren't they? Sweating like a fat kid in a cake shop. Yeah, exactly the same, guys. Exactly the same. I've got my brew, but it's going down quickly. Always goes down quickly when I'm nervous having a brew. What I wanted to see is I wanted to log on Sky Sports and see Kiko Casilla, that massive git in a Leeds top. Instead I'm having to watch our potential God leave, which I'm praying is not the case. I've got everything crossed at the minute. I genuinely don't think we'll find out, guys, till later on, to be honest. Looks like it's not coming up at the minute, guys. We're talking about Chelsea now, which is frustrating. Yeah, guys, as well, what I want to let you know is this is more of a reaction. It's not like I'm streaming it or anything like that, unfortunately. So if that's why you're here, then maybe you're on the wrong sort of site. I'm just streaming my reaction. I'm not gonna get in any trouble by streaming it and sort of making it really loud, unfortunately. Chelsea normally don't spend this kind of money on a player who's over 30. But it looks like they're very tempted to make an exception for Gonzalo Higuain simply because of his record in the past. Also the fact that he's worked. Guys, as well, if you won't mind going off and liking the video, I think this is going to be a long video, so getting your guys' likes means a hell of a lot. So yeah, that'd be helpful. Some people are saying it's already started. Just trying to find some more streams. Has anyone got any streams yet? Yeah, I don't think it's started yet, guys. I don't think it's started. Time on Sky, Conor not started yet. Cheers, Barkers. I heard it was 6 PM. Christ, I hope not. Jesus. God. Flame lad, up the Tigers. God, got Barnsley fans on the site. The issue is that Chelsea don't want to let him go on the cheap. This is a player they invested about £57 million in. What we're being told today is that Chelsea are looking to get. What do you reckon, Dad?
Oh, I don't know, Conor. I'm fearing the worst, I must admit. Really fearing the worst.
Yeah.
The loan fees you're talking about 10-12 million pounds just to get him on loan. Now the clubs that are interested, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, we know Sevilla can't afford him. There's even talk in Spain that Barcelona are looking at signing.
I think it's going to be up after this Higuain talk, to be honest. Joe Lewis has just tweeted out at Thorpe Arch, waiting to be letting the press room. A lot of press here, so by the sounds of it, it's not started yet, so I wouldn't worry. I was saying that hopefully he just walks in with Kiko Casilla's top and then just Frank Lampard's head.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fat Boy's down at Southampton, isn't he, tonight? FA Cup.
Yeah. I'm going to try and find it on another site as well, Facebook. If any of you guys are finding any other streams as well, let everyone know, because, you know, within you guys, if someone's got a stream, you can post it on the site, and then you can all sort of like intertwine and have each other's sort of backs, because we all want to watch it, don't we? So, you know, make sure you help each other out. That'd be great. Just trying to figure out which one's the quickest. Yeah, that one's quicker. Is it?
Same here, we have a presentation.
We have a presentation.
Bielsa was giving a press briefing rather than a conference, hence no sponsor boards. We have a presentation.
Right, guys, so a little bit of an update there. It looks like we have a presentation. So a presentation and what?
So we've got at the moment. There's,
So it's not a press
a
conference.
press briefing rather than a conference. So there are no sponsor boards behind. We have a presentation. So it looks as though there's some presentation behind him. He's just sat there with, is it Salim?
So he's just sat there. Let's have a look. Right, I mean that looks very. I don't even know what. So what do you think with that?
You can't read him, can you?
You just yeah.
I mean, Salim's got a bit of a smile on his face, but
Well, as long as Salim's happy, we kind of know, don't we? They go everywhere. Why say it's at 5? They're at Tottenham now.
so they're underway now. All Bielsa's coaches, staff are here, and we're starting with a PowerPoint presentation.
Right, apparently we're starting with the PowerPoint.
I call this press briefing because we have the classic press conference ahead of Stoke. Either the spy matter would take away time dedicated to the game.
Sorry, guys, I don't. So is this on? So this isn't on Sky Sports, then, is it? Right, I don't even know if media's been able to get in, guys. I called this press briefing because we have the classic press conference ahead of Stoke. I thought the spy matter would take away time dedicated to the game. I'll just update on here, Dad. I'll just shout it out to you. Marcelo Bielsa, I don't want to mix this with the game. Right, I'm going to cancel that, so I'm just going to update Popey, I think. Right, so he doesn't want to mix this with the game. Yeah, guys, if I was you, I'd probably just head to Twitter. I'd head to Twitter and just start updating Popey's stuff, really, because I don't think you're getting much on a stream, to be honest. I think Sky Sports are about 8 minutes behind, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. So far we've got, I called this press briefing because we have the classic press conference ahead of Stoke. I thought the spy matter would take away time dedicated to the game. I don't want to mix this with the game, which is positive. Would you say that's positive?
I would.
Would you say that's positive? So I'll just, yeah. So far, so good. Marcelo Bielsa summarises, it's about watching from a public space, an activity in a private place which affects fair play. I've already said I'm the one responsible. The club is not responsible whatsoever. The person who did it follows my orders. So it looks like Bielsa's taking full responsibility for it, as we all thought he would. I'll tell you what, this is where shorthand comes in, doesn't it? Come on, Marcelo, tell us something. Guys, with all you guys watching, if you wouldn't mind liking the video as well, just because I think this is going to go on for a long time, so I'd really appreciate it. There's a fair few of you watching this, and I really appreciate it. So we're just still waiting on the next. Here we go. So Marcelo Bielsa says many have made an opinion of my behaviour, many condemning me, saying it was immoral, unethical, and violated fair play. Some said it was cheating. The club felt obliged to make public excuses to Derby. What do you think to that?
He's just restating the position, isn't he?
Yeah, he
Not
is.
saying anything any different there.
So it just seems, guys, that he's stating what he feels there. He's stating what the club have done. There's nothing really more to say on that at the minute. Would you say that's a little bit of a? Do you think that's a dig at the club? A little bit of a dig.
I wouldn't say so. I think he's
no. I'm just talking about the club felt obliged to make public excuses to Derby. That little bit. A new tweet. Many ex-players and managers say my behaviour was disrespect. Which we all know. We've seen with the likes of Stuart Pearce, who's just come out last night and said his ridiculous claims, as I was speaking about yesterday, which was completely unprofessional, ill-educated and ill-informed as well. That was the latest one. We've had a fair few today, a fair few of the morons the past couple of days as well. Fat Frank still talking as well, which isn't helping proceedings. Marcelo Bielsa, after a complaint by Derby to the Football League, if my behaviour affects the prestige of the competition. After a complaint by Derby to the Football League, if my behaviour affects the prestige of the competition.
It's coming up now.
Here we go. This doesn't look good, guys. Oh, come on. That last bit's not good, is it? Dad, put your phone down, because I'm going to retweet on this. So
Right, son.
you
Yeah,
just
I'll
keep doing it though, don't you? So last one is, after a complaint by Derby to the Football League, if my behaviour affects the prestige of the competition. You feel like that's going to go on to something, don't you? Long pause here. You seen anything?
Nothing.
Thank you for all you guys watching as well. I know it's not in the best circumstances.
He's just said we've watched all our opponents before we played them.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to make it easier for the Football League. I'll assume my behaviour is from the extreme position. We've watched all the opponents before we play them. My goal is to make the investigation easier for them. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm going to make it easier for the Football League. I'll assume my behaviour is from the extreme position. Do you reckon he's doing this on purpose?
Sounds like it.
I don't know what's going to happen
He's
next.
winding them up.
I just don't know what's going to happen next. It's on a knife edge at the minute. But that one, okay, we had a sort of a terrifying one just before, but I'm going to make it easier for the Football League. I'll assume my behaviour is from the extreme position. We've watched all the opponents before we've played them. My goal is to make the investigation easier for them. So he's just stating the facts once again. Is there another one?
Yeah.
Hold on. There's another one, is there?
Yeah.
It's not coming up on here.
I don't want to compare my behaviour with previous behaviour that are similar. I heard there are others which also affected fair play, but absolutely, I don't want to defend myself by attacking others.
Is this are you Phil Hare, Adam Pope?
That's Phil Hare, that.
Right, I'm gonna go Phil Hare, guys. Popey slacking. Popey is slacking. Right, okay, there we go. So I don't want to compare my behaviour with previous behaviour that are similar. I heard there are others which also affected fair play, but absolutely, I don't want to defend myself by attacking others. Still on a knife edge, innit?
Okay. I have to go.
Yeah, alright, Dad.
Alright, keep me the picture.
Alright, Dad, see you in a bit.
See you, come on.
Yeah, my old man's having to go to work. Yeah, so he's going to be absolutely shitting his jocks. Bielsa, what I've done is not illegal. Yes, Marcelo, come on! It's not specified in the rules, and it's not restrained. We can discuss it. It's not seen as a good thing, but it's not a violation of the law. I know that not everything that is legal is right to do. Yes, Marcelo. No, it's not illegal. Arseholes. It's not illegal at all. Broken no rule. Manipulation is what they're doing. The FA and the EFL, which is driving him to this. It's got nothing to do with the rule. There's no rules. But not all the wrong things you do are done with bad intentions. Of course not. It's a fine point by Marcelo. Not all the wrong things you do are with bad intentions. We've all done wrong things in life, haven't we? He's done something. He's owning up to it. He's not done anything wrong. But in the British game, it's a bad thing, isn't it? So, God, I mean, I was saying to my dad, France, Italy, Spain, Argentina, never a problem. But over here, it's a problem. Always been the same. Always been the same. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But this is bad. This is positive. This is positive. So what we've got so far, I don't want to compare my behaviour with previous behaviour that are similar. I heard there are others which also affected fair play, but absolutely, I don't want to defend myself by attacking others. What I've done is not illegal. It is not specified in the rules, and it's not restrained. We can discuss it. It's not seen as a good thing, but it's not a violation of the law. I know that not everything that is legal is right to do, but not all the wrong things you do are with bad intentions. Spot on, Marcelo. Come on. Come on, man. Unveil Casilla. Do a little presentation and unveil the 6'4" God. Where is he anyway? What's going on with him? What is going on with him? Where is this guy? I ain't got a clue. Yeah. Where is he? Here we go. Bielsa reading from a statement here. If you observe something without the authorization of the people being observed, we call it spying, and we say it is spying. I can't say it's the right thing to do, but I'm going to explain that I didn't have bad intentions or get an advantage. Okay. It's pretty obvious. I think he's just explaining spying there, isn't he? 700 of you watching, guys. Incredible support. Incredible. You lot are just, you're an absolute dream. And I know you're doing it because you want to know what's going on. You probably want to see my reaction. I'm not going to have a meltdown. I mean, if he was to leave, I'd have a meltdown. But at the minute, he's sending us one way, then he's sending us another. But I don't expect anything less from Marcelo Bielsa. The guy is just, he's an enigma. He's an anomaly. He's a very unusual person. Oh God, where is this man? I want to know where Kiko Casilla is. Can we hashtag where is Kiko? I've no idea where he is. Can we spy on where he is? Someone's saying it's on Derbyshire Live. Ironic. Twat. Going mental in the comments, guys. How many of you have liked? 163. 790 watching. You know what to do. Oh God. Yeah, you guys are immense. Thank you. We're still waiting on the next slide. Really, still waiting on the next thing. But my dad read out earlier that apparently there's a presentation behind him. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's possibly preparing for a Kiko Casilla announcement at the end. I don't know if it's all going to be part of one. I don't know whether or not Kiko is going to be announced tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, if the medical's gone according to plan, then I think he will be announced. But don't know whether or not it's going to be tonight. But there is a presentation board there, so who knows, eh? Who knows? Luke Bond, where is Kiko? Where is he? Someone tell me. Viewer from Sweden here. You are viral. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, well, we're everywhere, aren't we, Leeds? It's not me. It's just a beautiful club that we follow. Come on, Phil, give us something else, mate. Give us something else. Adam Pope now in front, is he? Adam Pope, what's going on? Adam Pope now in front. Need you guys. It's a foot race. Who can shorthand quicker? Popey, come on, what have you said? Here we go, Popey. As I've said before, Marcelo Bielsa, I didn't have bad intentions, nor did I try and get an unfair sporting advantage. I did it because it did not contravene a specific norm. Marcelo Bielsa, I have my point of view, as does Lampard, who believes I violated fair play. I have to adapt the way to the English football. No, you don't, Marcelo. Don't do it for Fat Frank and stupid. I mean, Stuart Pearce. What a joke. Just what a joke. Why do you have to adapt it? Why, when you've been and done it all across the continent, when you've been at all these top clubs and you've developed all these top players, why on earth does he have to go and do this? Why does he have to adapt his way? But he's going to have to, isn't he? He's going to have to do that because of him being hounded. Yeah, Pope is well in front here, by the way, guys. We have some analysis that the Championship is the 6th biggest in the world. If the authorities want to condemn those with bad intention or who affect the prestige of the league by their behaviour, so we have to respect the procedure to sanction the one who makes mistakes. From California, Bobby A. Hello, Bobby. Daily Digits on Sky Sports now. If you guys are watching and also want to tune into Sky Sports, make sure you do so. You know, I want you all to watch it. I don't want you to miss out on it, of course not. But, you know, if you can't get any of it, I'll read everything out for you guys. I'll try my best. I'm refreshing everything at the minute. I've got about 5 pages up, including Sky Sports, so I'll do my best for you. Following in New Jersey, Travis Blaze. Hello, Travis. Hope you're doing well, mate. Marcelo Bielsa regrets that he's overexposed in the media. For me, it's important to explain. When you look at an opponent, you want to know starting 11, the tactical setup and set pieces. These are 3 main things the coaches look at. So he regrets that he's overexposed in the media, but he deems what he did as one of the main things that coaches look at. And by that, you'd assume that it's normalised, wouldn't you? You'd assume that a hell of a lot of people do it. Of course, 100%. Just going to read some of your comments out. Following in Chile, Ibar Patricio. Hello, Ibar. Owen Murphy, Derby are the best. You might think you're the best, but you're not. 6-1. Juan Pablo Porter, greetings from Argentina. Hello, Juan. I think Phil's tweeted again. We've got 2 fresh ones here. When you watch an opponent, you are looking for specific information. You want to know what is the starting 11, what is the tactical system that's going to be used, and the strategic decisions taken on set pieces. When you've got to watch a training session of the opponent, you get this information the day before a game, or you have to confirm the information you already have. I think Marcelo's just taking us through the process here. He's just taking us through what he does on match day, or the match day and the training and the scouting and all this sort of stuff. The bottom line from this is he's going to have to change how he is. And I think he's recognised that. And I think that's just how... At the end of the day, guys, it's what he's going to have to do for the English game. He's going to have to do it. He's going to have to adapt. And that's just how it is. Because that's life in England. You have to adapt to our ethos, to our way of playing, apparently. So, yeah, they're going to use Marcelo as the guide, aren't they? So he's going to have to sort of churn out what he says, really, and sort of get it right. Who's ahead now? I think it's Phil. God, your comments are flying in, guys. Nothing indicates that he resigns. Right, Juan Pablo. I'm not sure, Juan. I couldn't tell you, mate. It's looking a little bit more positive than we once thought. So stay tuned, and we'll find out together. When you watch an opponent the day before a game, it either confirms what you know. He also said it's too late to construct a project to change tactically. So basically what he's saying there is, even if he'd have spied on Fat Frank, he's not going to change anything, which is what he does every single game anyway, because what he does is he tells the information 4 days before the game day anyway. He tells you his team's strategy, the tactics, what they're having for dinner. You know, the guy doesn't leave anything for the imagination. So I think basically what he's saying there is it's too late to construct any sort of tactical change. Bielsa also repeats that he's not trying to justify himself. I think he is trying to justify himself because he should be able to justify himself. Of course, he should be able to do that because he's a human being and he's done nothing wrong. But yeah, it's just how it is, isn't it? So what are you guys saying on the stream? Leeds, greetings from Norway. Hello, hope you're okay. Can't take points off us because we haven't broke the rules. Very true. New tweet from Pope. Well done, guys. Keep me updated. Marcelo Bielsa on Lampard. All the info I need to plan a game, I gather without the necessity of having a go and watch the opponent train. So why did I send? Because I thought I was not violating a norm. I think from what I gather as well, Bielsa was doing it to see if Harry Wilson was playing. That's what I gather from the various podcasts I've listened to, from the sort of things you get told working for Leeds TV. I believe that is the main indication of what he was doing. He was trying to see if Harry Wilson was playing for Derby. There was no tactical, strategic thing going on. He wasn't on the property. He wasn't cheating. And this is why this is just all farcical. And this is why at the minute we should be announcing Kiko Casilla, and we're not. We're having to explain ourselves. And we're all, the 700 of you sat there by your computers listening to me spout crap when you'd rather be listening to me spout crap about Kiko. God. As well, guys, if anyone's just tweeted, make sure you get it in the comments. So as Phil here just tweeted, as Popey just tweeted, we're in a bit of competition here. Who's quicker? Marcelo should offer Lampard a free view at a training session at Thorpe Arch. I genuinely believe he'd do that. Genuinely believe he'd do that. Marcelo's that type of guy. And my opinion and what I said on the LS11 podcast was, would Bielsa have the same reaction as Lampard's had about Leeds? No. 2 new tweets. Here we go. When you watch an opponent, you are looking for... Oh, is that the one we've already read? Okay. We think by doing that, so he's referring to the training here. Oh, this is one before, actually. Okay, so I'll read the last 3 for you guys. When you watch a training session of the opponent, you get this information the day before a game, or you confirm the information you already have. Apart from the players in a staff, you have around 20 people. These 20 people create a volume of information which is absolutely not necessary. It doesn't define the path of a competition. Why do we do that? Because we feel guilty if we don't work enough, which is just, it's talking about his work ethic. We think by doing that and gathering information, we get closer to a win, even though we know it's not true. And in my case, it's because I'm stupid enough to engage in this sort of behaviour. If Marcelo Bielsa is stupid, what are we? What am I? What are we? Madness. So yeah, Popey just says, you have around 20 people who create a volume of information, not all which is necessary. So why? Because we feel guilty if we don't work enough. It reduces anxiety. And in my case, it's because I'm too stupid, which is evidently not true. I'm a Derby fan. In all honesty, fair play to Bielsa. He's a great manager. Well, I appreciate that, mate. We appreciate that. We really do. I think a lot of Leeds fans can understand where there's no way you can, for people who are sort of going at Derby fans as well, I don't think that's appropriate, because it's not Derby fans who are in the wrong here. I think it's, to be honest, I'll be brutally honest, it's a isolated incident. I think someone like Frank Lampard needs to take a lot of flack for this, to be honest. I'm not saying Bielsa's not in the wrong at all, because that's not true. He needs to adapt, but at the same time, the way Derby have portrayed this, I just don't feel as professional at all, to be honest. Bielsa now using a big screen to demonstrate his analysis. Here we go. This is Bielsa. Says what he's showing us took more than 300 hours of work. He's running us through the information he gathers for individual games, using Derby as an example. I mean, wow. So I presume he's got a big flipboard here, and he's doing a presentation from that, something that you'd see in school. So, wow. The guy's mad. So, yeah, that's what I presume he's doing right now. I'm going to try somehow get some sort of stream up if I can, because I just want to see this and try explain it to you guys. But I want to see this, whatever it is. It sounds hilarious. So he's basically, it sounds like he's running through everything for the presses, basically, so everyone can understand him, which I think is just so Bielsa. It is so Bielsa. So just waiting for the next update. Just reading some of your guys' comments, and they really are coming in quickly. Okay, Poppy's tweeted twice. Wow. And Marcelo is just, if you can't watch, guys, if you're from another country and you can't access it or whatever, there's just a big presentation, obviously sort of a Excel sort of spreadsheet, I think, and it's got all of the fixtures, all of the results, color coded, on what dates, on the certain dates, and he's talking about his analysis. Bielsa says he's watched all of 51 games of Derby last season, 4 hours work. We do it as professional behaviour, so we are not ignorant about the competition. So he's admitting there that he's watched 51 of Derby's games last season, which is crazy. Bielsa asks a journalist to pick out a specific game. Chelsea 3, Derby 2 from last season, showing us the starting lineups, the data from the game, substitution and changes to formation during the game. This is going to be hilarious, because everyone is going to be looking at this. I'm talking Scum fans, I'm talking Liverpool fans, I'm talking Borough fans, I'm talking Newcastle fans. Everyone's going to be watching this and actually thinking to themselves, wow, because this never happens. This guy's 1 in a million. And yes, you might call me a bias SOB, which I can completely understand, because I probably am. But where do you ever get this? A guy pulling out a presentation spreadsheet in a conference where he was rumoured to be getting sacked, and just completely going off kill and asking the journalist to pick out a specific game for him to highlight. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. So yeah, I'm trying to keep you guys updated. I think Popey's just said the same thing. Yeah, going into detail. And now it seems like he's pretty much got every positional play of Derby last season, and he's got that up on a presentation. I don't think this is going to be a sort of a short one, guys. I mean, what are we? We're 50 minutes in, and now we're looking at Manchester United 2, Derby 2, more extensive analysis. Bielsa says, what I'm trying to do is to convince you that what I said about gaining an unfair advantage was true. In the 51 games, we watched the players who are still playing for Derby. I still don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if you guys, what you guys think, but I'm not sure how this is going to go, because I don't know if what he's I mean, now we're looking at Manchester United 2, Derby 2, more extensive analysis. What I'm trying to do is convince you that what I said about not getting an unfair advantage was true, which we all know anyway, because he just does his homework. It's what a proper manager should do. and we shouldn't call it Spygate. It's just that hashtagging scapegoat. As well, you lovely lot, nearly 700 of you. I've already plugged it a couple of times, but if you wouldn't mind giving me a like, that'd be great. Because this is mad. This is mad. I think basically what he's saying as well in this is like, what is he saying that, you know, you're telling me working harder than anyone else is cheating? Like, sort of like, fuck off. That's what he's saying, you know, because no one is working harder than him. Bielsa, this is not very useful. It doesn't put you into better conditions to win a game, but the way to respect football is to make the effort known to the players in the team. I can't speak English, but I can speak about the 24 teams of the championship. So basically what he's saying is he does his homework. He does all of his homework, and when he does his homework, it pays off. It pays. It's fluid. It's brilliant. Leeds have been fantastic this season, and look where we are. The table doesn't lie at the end of the day. So what he's saying is, he can't speak of the other 24 teams, what they do, what their homework is. But what he can tell you about is what he does, and what he does is extensive research. Watches 51 games from Derby last season. I don't know how he did that in 4 hours, by the way. I don't know if he's got his numbers mixed up there, but I doubt it with Bielsa. But don't know how he's watched 51 games in 4 hours. But it might have said 4 days, I'm not sure. Yeah, the stream's absolutely popping. Sebastian Pagura, 4 hours each game. Yeah, that's what, to be honest, mate, that's what I assumed, but I was going down the comedic route. I just also like to put you towards a really nice thing that Seaman said earlier on. It was regarding this, and he said they asked him about Spygate or scapegoat, as we all should start calling it. No, because this has gone on for a long time. It's what Seaman said. We knew when we used to play away in Europe, you showed nothing in terms of set plays because you always got to train in the stadium the night before, which, I mean, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Bielsa now showing us video clips of chances in the Man United game. And he quotes, "This is why each game takes 4 hours." There you go. Each game takes 4 hours. It's a way to get to know the opponent. Now, showing data about which players have missed which games, their minutes on the pitch, I feel ashamed to have to tell you this. And why does he feel ashamed that he has to tell them this? Because he feels like the British media should already understand this. They should already get this. He shouldn't have to explain himself, but he's having to come out and do all of this. In some terms, it's funny because he's sort of dumbing down what he does for the English media. I can't imagine what he says about the English media. I cannot imagine some of the things he says to his Spanish colleagues, his Argentinian colleagues as well, about the English media. It's probably I bet it's laughable. I bet it's absolutely laughable. I cannot, you saw Tancredi Palmieri tweet out as well about it and said it would only happen in England. It would only happen in England, and surely there's got to be something wrong. And the fact that he's turning around and saying, I feel ashamed to have to tell you this. This is a man who's humble. This is a man who's honest. And it really is, it's a sad state of affairs to say he's having to do what he's having to do. It's a big thing to say something like that, him feeling ashamed as well of having to say it. I'm trying to read some of your guys' comments, but it's going mental. Yeah, it's crazy. Seeing a lot of Middlesbrough Leeds stuff going on. Phil A, this is a spectacular takedown of Spygate. Now showing us the percentages for the number of times Derby have used certain formations and which players have moved around in different positions. And then he's quoted at the end saying, "This gives you priorities." Wow. God, I do not know how long this is going to go on for, guys. Strap in, get yourself a cuppa, get yourself a coffee, get yourself whatever. Also, guys, if you just come over to hate on the channel, there's no point. Think of better things to do. I'm sure you've all got more exciting things to go on in life. Appreciate what's going on. This is a bit of art in a press conference. It never happens. Just if people are hating on the channel, don't worry. Don't bite back to it. There's no point. You get it everywhere you go, don't you? Some people just feel like they have to troll. Won't worry about it. A lot of people asking me about the stream. I don't actually have a stream, guys. I'm just giving it back to you as I see it as well, because I sort of want it to be a sort of us having very similar sort of like viewing points here. I tried to get a stream, but I didn't manage to get one. But I'm not bothered. I quite like reading it anyway. I think it gives you a different perspective. I've just seen the tweet of the day. Bielsa is a better manager than the Derby manager. Frank Lampard, no, not every team. No, this is about me. It's not fair, I say. Me, it's about me. Tell him, Stuart. Leaves to be breastfed by Harry Redknapp. Brilliant. Can't beat a bit of Leeds humour. Still waiting for the next one, guys. But it's seemingly an absolute meticulous takedown of this whole Spygate scenario. I do sort of hope that, you know, it doesn't sort of detract us on the pitch, but what can you do? It's everywhere, isn't it? Hopefully it'll galvanise us. That's what I'm praying. It'll galvanise as a community, and it'll galvanise as a football club. And I think you saw that against Derby when Leeds were absolutely phenomenal. And I think we're going to be together as a club, and I hope that continues. I really hope that continues. Seeing some mad stats, guys, on here. I'm not sure if Bielsa's literally talking about percentages and giving them percentages of what Derby are like. I've just had there's a sports journalist here called Tom Carnduff, and he's saying 49% of games they played, they used 4-4-3. In 22% of 4-3-3, but with the number 8 on the left. Same for the 4-2-1-3 with the number 8 on the right and on the left. They also used various structures, 2% and 3%. Guys, I'm trying to make this entertaining for you, but unfortunately... So now we're seeing analysis of the formations Derby have played against to try and establish which structure they struggle against. All this information, I don't memorize it, but if I have a doubt, I can ask myself the question and have a look at this document. So I presume what he's doing now is showing them the spreadsheet of Derby, which he has been doing for a while now. And I presume he's got something about that thick on Derby. What you've got to bear in mind as well, guys, is we're getting the feed pretty instantaneously here. I think you'll get it a lot quicker than you get it on a stream. So what I do is I just look at what Phil's doing. Bielsa on how they gather this information. From the analysis of the games, I'm doing this because I consider that you don't believe me. I wanted to give you the factual elements to convince you that I am telling the truth. What a man. What a man. Why does he have to prove to this lot that he's telling the truth? Why? Why does he have to do that? He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to prove that he's telling the truth. We don't need that, Marcelo. I think the general public need that. But the general public aren't Leeds. If you're not Leeds, you hate Leeds. That's it. And, you know, you can see that in the comments. You can see it in the comments, can't you? If you're not Leeds, you hate Leeds. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hence why you're getting all these opposition fan channels coming and watching us, guys. That's what it is. So don't worry about it. Take it as a compliment. His staying being announced on BBC News. Jealous of their club, aren't Leeds? We all love Leeds, marching on together. Yeah, exactly, guys. March on together. I'm just trying to see if there's any more updates. Still waiting on Phil. But yeah, I mean, the fact that he's trying to prove that he's telling the truth is pretty... I see it as pretty sad, to be honest. He doesn't need to do that. Dr. Frost, best coach since Revy. Yeah, 100%. He's staying. It's been announced on BBC News. We're watching it live, mate, and there's nothing been said on that, has there? But at the same time, it doesn't look as bad as maybe we once thought. If you're not Leeds, your life is pointless, and you may as well be dead. Lewis Fisher, managers gonna thank Bielsa for the Bielsa for the tactics. Yeah, of course, Matt Lampard's gonna be fuming. Lampard will be sat watching this right now, seething. Frank, let's replay the game. Let's do a Stuart Pearce. Let's do a thick comment like Stuart Pearce said, an ill-educated, emotional response like old thicky Stuart Pearce said. And let's replay the game. Let's do it again. I want another win against you. Let's do it again. Let's make it 9-1. Why not? Is everyone up for that? Let's just do it again. Let's do it again so we can put it to bed and thoroughly embarrass Lampard. Now looking at the file for a game between Derby and Bristol City, same information, same analysis, same 4 hours spent on compiling it. The detail is almost incomprehensible. He's a student of the game. He's the master of the game. He's the Mr. Miyagi of Leeds United. He is the Mr. Miyagi of Leeds United. That's what he is. Karate Kid. That's what he is. Daniel's son. Marcelo's son. Bielsa showing a video to demonstrate what Harry Wilson is planning to do when he raises both hands before taking a corner. It's a specific play which Derby employ. You cannot analyse football if you don't know who each player is. I mean, how interesting is that? How interesting is that? So Derby have evidently got, when Wilson sticks his hands up, Lampard will be hating this because we're telling what Bielsa's doing is indirectly telling other managers what Lampard does on the training ground because Lampard's too thick and he's got himself into a corner. He's been absolutely dawned. He's been dawned by the master. He is, isn't he? You can all call us all biased, but what he's doing now is he's showing you what Frank Lampard does. When Harry Wilson does this, there's some sort of reasoning why he does that, and whatever that means. Maybe it just means Donkey Keo. Maybe it's got a Donkey Keo. Maybe he's putting his hands up because he's scared of Donkey Keo getting skinned again. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. That is so funny. As if that's brilliant. So he's debunking Frank Lampard's tactics right now. And he's doing it very, very cleverly. He's doing it very, very cleverly. He's sort of indirectly giving everyone Lampard's tactics. Oh, that's brilliant. Let's see some more. Can we? I wonder if Bielsa's going to tell us. It'd be great, wouldn't it, if he just came out and just said, but I do not know why Richard Keogh still plays. Donkey Keogh. That'd be brilliant. And then unveil Lampard's head like that. And then unveil Kika, Casilla. And then unveil Daniel James. Let's just make it an entire thing. Let's just do the presentation, but then put the presentation down and Kiko just walks through. Or he just comes through like Triple H or something like that. Do you know what I mean? How are you watching this, Conor? I'm not watching it, mate. I prefer the reading side of it because I think it's funnier. If I was watching it, I'd have to get a translation from Salim, which would just frustrate me, I think. I'm just seeing an image now, and it's so if you can't see it, it's an image of Derby versus Bristol when Derby go 1-0 up, and he's literally got an image of Harry Wilson having his hands up, and Bielsa's there like that. So he's just critiquing, well, not critiquing, but he's talking about. Oh God! So he's on his videos. He's actually labelled every single player as well, and labelled what they're doing tactically. The video is 41 minutes long, made up of Derby's attacks over the course of the season. When you see, and Bielsa goes on to say, when you see 41 minutes, you see what path that the opponent attacks, and you see the defensive weakness. His staff then condensed the video to 8 minutes for the players to watch. How fantastic is that? How brilliant is it? This is a lesson. This is a lesson to all you lazy bastard football managers out there who are churning in hundreds of thousands of pounds a year for doing what you do. And this man is in the second tier of English football, earning a 500th, a 1,000th, a 100,000th of what you earn. And he does this week in, week out, whilst going to the under-23s, the under-18s, the under-14s, the under-2s, every single day. He wears a Leeds tracksuit every single day. He was spotted in Wetherby the other day at about 12 o'clock getting a coffee in a Leeds tracksuit. I've never seen him in normal clothes. The guy is an enigma. And the amount of detail he puts in and how committed he is to every single club he signs up for. Marcelo Bielsa doesn't just sign up for a club for a stepping stone. He doesn't do that. He comes into a club for a reason. He comes into a club to make a difference. He comes into a club to do what he's done for Leeds United. He's galvanised us all as fans. He's galvanised us all as football fans as well. What he's doing for this game it's revolutionary. And the man's 63 years old. It's revolutionary. And you've only got to look at what Pep Guardiola and Pochettino say about him to understand what a genius the man is. The guy's he essentially owns English football because he's made it into he's turned it into another level. Pragmatism, dynamism, superb flowing football. He's done it for Pep. Everything is about Marcelo's influence. Hence why you get so many people applauding him. So he condenses everything from 41 minutes into 8, and his staff all go through that. And the staff are all the 6 on the touchline every single game. I'm sure Marcelo has a hand in that as well. The players also get a 7-8 minute video looking at defensive points. The idea is to give the players a look at the opponent in 15 minutes. This isn't even... This shouldn't... Who's paying for this? I had to pay for 3 years at uni and I'm learning more now than I did then. I swear to God, they gave me a degree, but I'm learning more now. Where's my revision notes? This is incredible. It's a let you should all enjoy. Just enjoy it, and this is why we need to embrace Marcelo Bielsa. I'm so far up his arse right now, but I don't care. This is why. At the start of this stream, I was shitting myself. I thought the radiator was on, but I don't think it is. I think I'm just boiling hot. And now I'm learning. I'm learning something I didn't know an hour ago. James Spence, you're chatting so much shit. Pulis is the better manager. Oh, stop. Stop. Oh, Pulis. Of all the managers. Now going through every derby formation and showing who plays where most often and how it changes. He knows how many minutes each player has played in each position. You sort of wonder, even if Lampard knows this much about derby. So now he's essentially talking about how many minutes each player has played, their influence. Oh, in the comments, Marcelo Bielsa's Derby County. Frank, you're out the job. Imagine Marcelo was just in charge of Derby by the end. Get Mel Morris on the phone. Hey up, Mel. I know you were talking about Marcelo making, doing his thing, but you know when you sanctioned that drone for Nigel Pearson and you only didn't go ahead of it because you got caught. Well, Bielsa can do that, but he can do it effectively. Do you want to hire him? Do you want to hire him? Yeah, let's get him in. Let's get him in. Brilliant. EFL can't point deduct for no reason. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Zero cool. Carla, hello, Carla. El Loco, Michael Lorison. Imagine being called Billy Big. All right. Conor, have you seen Pontus's tweet? Henry, I have, Henry, and that was great, wasn't it? I was still unsure on how it was going to go, to be honest. I still am unsure. Johnny Swain, can you believe Moose was on Twitter saying Bielsa wasn't a genius? Johnny, the fact that you still listen to what that guy says, he's an absolute moron. An absolute moron. So Bielsa able to show us the minutes which Mason Mount has played in every position, right down to 4 minutes as a defender. Harry Wilson the same, minutes on the left wing, right wing, and number 10, etc. He quotes, all the data we can have about Wilson, we know about his past. So Bielsa able to show us the minutes which Mason Mount has played in every single position, right down to 4 minutes as a defender. Harry Wilson the same, minutes on the left wing, right wing, and number 10, etc. All the data we can have about Wilson, we know about his past. So it's essentially saying how meticulous it is. I've got one. Like this video if you love Marcelo Bielsa. There you go. And if you don't, you don't. Why not? I might just like it. Who cares? Joe Wainman, mate, what a guy. He's on about me, Joe. I hope so, mate. Yeah, what a guy. What a guy. This guy is just, he's teaching me a lesson. He's genuinely teaching me a lesson. Has he got, do we all genuinely reckon he's got Frank's job then? So what's going to happen to Frank then? Is Frank going to have like a little presentation after this? What do you think Frank could pull up? Just a massive picture of Richard Keogh? Or John Terry? John Terry, what do you reckon? Or Mourinho in a wheelie bin coming in at half time? What do you reckon? Or AVB going and doing his dossiers? Oh, God. It's all fun and games when Bielsa's not leaving. Aside from anything else, it's unprecedented for a head coach to open up his analysis like this. Bielsa is literally laying out his entire strategy. The thing what I love about that, though, no manager is going to be meticulous enough to then go and read his whole strategy. No manager's going to... Whatever they do, Bielsa will do more. And that's the same in life, isn't it, guys? If there's a life lesson for you guys, if you do more than the guy who's sat next to you, you will be more successful. That's exactly what Bielsa's done. He's studied the game for more years than anybody else. He's got a very high intelligence level, which a lot of managers don't have in England. And he's able to do... What's my dad... So my dad has messaged me. My dad was here earlier and he just went, Conor, I just absolutely love him. Frank Lampard must be so embarrassed. It's brilliant. This is so funny. You've all got to take this. And no manager will ever do this. So this is just... Embrace it, guys. You're from Norway, you're from Canada, you're from America, you're from Argentina, Venezuela, wherever you're from. Beeston, York, Borough. Even you Borough fans are loving this. I mean, why are you here? Why are you watching a Leeds press conference? It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Come on. Give us another tweet, because I want to know what's going on again. I want to... tell me about Frank Lampard's house, Bielsa, in a non-weird way. Is it stone? I'm just seeing a little video on Bielsa, and he has literally just got press conferences. He's got 4 screens, and he's going through every position. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm going to... Jaggy Babs, could this make opponents a bit more wise to us? No chance, mate. No chance. The guy's too intelligent for that. The guy's way too intelligent for that. No, that won't happen. Don't worry, mate. Someone just posting on someone. I've just had to ban someone for posting links. Yeah, don't advocate that. So this is what we're looking at. So Phil has just put a picture up of... I don't want to move the laptop because not what will happen is the streamline going down. But it's a picture of Mason Mount, and then there are 8 different tactics boards of where Mason Mount has played this season. His average box-to-box time, his average pass rate. He's even got Frank Lampard on there. It just says above, manager Frank Lampard. So Phil has just said, this has gone on so long that Bielsa is having to let a few journalists out the door. Because Bielsa's apparently, I think he's just covering the door with sort of presentations. Oh, God. This turned out so badly, didn't it? This turned out so badly. I was expecting to come on here and get so upset. I was expecting to come on and be so upset. Someone's just said it's on Sky Sports now. If you guys want to go on and have a look at that, I want you all to watch it. want you all to see this masterpiece. It's as good as Leeds winning this. It's as good as a football game. Because you know what this is? It's a big fuck you to the Football League. It's a big fuck you to Frank Lampard. That's what it is. And that's why it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, let's see. I just want to see what he's doing as well. I know I've banged on. I do prefer reading the news. I do prefer that, but it's because it's visual right now. I'm just going to sort of get on and I'll try to explain it to you guys who aren't watching, and I'll be able to give you a bit more of an accurate representation of what's going on, of this chaos. Bielsa, and this is the rub. I don't need to go watch a training session of an opponent to know how he plays. Boom! This is the rub. It's telling Big Fat Frank. It's telling him. Son, we don't need to watch your training sessions, Frank. We know what you have for breakfast, dinner and tea, mate. Don't need to come and watch your training session. For someone to stand on a public footpath and look through a gap, and then for you to come out in the media and make up those players, for you to come out in the media and say that Bielsa hasn't said anything to you, for you to spark it up in the media, post-match, pre-match, still conferences, which you're doing today and yesterday, still talking about it. You've had a lesson, Frank, and our manager knows more about your team than you do. Get him sacked. What's the odds on Lampard getting sacked? Should we have a laugh? What do you reckon Bielsa's going to be for the next manager? I'm going to have so many dislikes on this video. I'm thoroughly aware of that, guys. That's why I need the support from the Leeds fans. Yeah, just seeing on Sky Sports. What I have done is not illegal. It's not a violation of the law, which we all know. But that's brilliant. That little rub against Lampard there. That little rub. I don't need to go watch a training session of an opponent to know how he plays. Of course you don't. Of course you don't, Marcelo. And we all know that. I think there's a little bit of relief now with everyone at the minute. I mean, I know with you guys as well. I can see your comments absolutely coming in. Wagner for Derby. Only 10 dislikes is the 10. Oh, well. Scott Worrell, Lampard going. Lampard going. Retired Lampard. Bielsa is a cheat. There we go. Bielsa a cheat. We had to get one in, didn't we? Bielsa saying he gifted Guardiola the folder on Barcelona after they played against Bilbao. Guardiola said to Bielsa, "You know more about Barcelona than me," and that's Guardiola. If none of you have seen the Man City documentary, go watch that. And if you want an indication on how much Marcelo Bielsa does, watch that City documentary, and then understand that Guardiola said to Bielsa, "You know more about Barcelona than me." That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Great story. Bielsa said he showed Guardiola his analysis after Bilbao lost to Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. Guardiola had a look at it and he told me, "You know more about Barcelona than me," but it was useless information because they scored 3 goals. That's what I mean, guys. I mean, he can say this, that, and the other, but it doesn't mean he wins games. He just wins games. Well, I mean, he is winning games at the minute with us where we are, but absolutely fantastic. Brilliant stuff this is. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Is anyone else enjoying it? Is it just me? Conor, average coach as Lampard needs desperately to be famous, even though being a gossip crime baby. Who knew Lampard existed before this incident? Not in managerial terms, they didn't, did they? I genuinely think it. I think he's been embarrassed by Bielsa on so many counts. I think verbally. I think tactically, I think managerially, I think conduct-wise, I think he's been embarrassed, and it's brilliant to see, because you don't. What's the point of stepping up to someone like him? What's the point? There's no point. What a great story that is. Bielsa now showing us a massive pile of paper dossiers put together for friendlies over the summer games for last season. There are stacks of them. Bielsa says, "I want to be judged for my intentions. For me, I feel I'm not guilty. I don't have bad intentions." Also, Oscar was saying earlier on the group chat that he has got experience in law, which is very interesting because it explains his meticulous nature, how he has pile of paper dossiers. Very interesting, that, isn't it? He's trained in law, apparently. So we don't need the San Francisco's billions and billions of pounds, because we'll just have Bielsa just doing it for himself. But that's another point, guys, as well. If you just want to have a little bit more reassurance as well, the San Francisco 49ers who have a 10% stake in Leeds United, who are looking to take 100% stake in Leeds United whenever Andrea Radrizzani flies the nest at Leeds, they're worth $12 billion. $12 billion. So if the worst did happen and there was some sort of points deduction, which, to be honest, now I'm feeling there won't be. I don't think there will be after this anyway, because I think this is going to force the FA and EFL's hand as well, because I do believe they look at this sort of stuff. They would have an absolute shitstorm coming towards them. An absolute shitstorm coming towards us. So don't believe, even if it did happen, that it would go through. There was a famous incident years and years ago where Swindon actually went up via the playoffs. I don't know if any of you guys remembered this, but it was deemed, they did something, I don't know if the field did a couple of bad uneligible players, etc., etc. I'm not sure what happened. But they were actually relegated to Division 3. Swindon then appealed, and it was only Division 2 that they got relegated to. So that's just a minor incident, really. Imagine something with the magnitude that this situation has coming to the fore. It's going to be absolute pandemonium if they dare to do something like that. Bielsa's literally got dossiers on the table. If you imagine in school, remember when you do your GCSEs or whatever, and your mum would bring you those big fat folders in full of papers? There is stacks of papers like that just lined across. And that is what we're being told by Phil is for the friendlies. And there is stacks of them, blue paper folders. This guy he's not even just a football manager. He's an artist in this field. He's an artist, and not surprisingly, he's trending once again. I think that's the third time in 4 days he's been trending over Twitter. So it just tells you the reputation of the man. Cold brew, guys. Not the one. Not the one. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Bielsa's brother was chief of foreign relations in his field. Rafael Bielsa is the best of the best. Bielsa's whole family is highly regarded. Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen that, and that's, I think, what I was referring to a little bit earlier, Bobby. The fact that his family, I think he was a bit left field, was Bielsa. If you've read his book, I've read a little bit of it. I think his family were all going into that sort of lawyer, sort of solicitor way of life, really. And Bielsa was sort of an odd duck in the fact that he went into football management, so he will still retain that obsessive, meticulous nature. I mean, and it's showing with the amount of things. And with that as well, he will do things above board. He will make sure everything he does is above board. I think what all this has been is it's just lost in translation. Joe is a fat fuck. How sexy is Joe Wainman's beard on a scale from sexy to sexy? Bielsa showing us analysis of Derby's corners and free kicks. Was this useful? He says no, because half the goals we conceded were from set pieces. Oh dear. He's not wrong, is he? The amount of set pieces we've conceded recently has been nothing short of staggering, really. Bielsa would know what Gemma Collins has for dinner. Philip Million setting the bar for the comments. Explaining this to our lass and telling her about Bielsa's tactics. She says he's a legend. Nathan, let me tell him as well. Let me tell him. Tell your wife. He's a legend. He's a legend. Guys, also, there's so many of you watching right now. There's nearly 600 of you watching. Please smash that subscribe button, because we do live stuff like this all the time. I presume a lot of you are enjoying it. There's 360 of you liking it. If you want to plug that up to 400, that would be incredible. But all you guys who are watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button for the content that we're bringing to you guys. We do this every week. It's this sort of thing. It's really good interaction. I know you're here for what's going on at the minute, but we do a lot of reaction. We've got some really exciting things coming up as well. So if you wouldn't mind smashing that subscribe button, that would be really helpful to me, Joe, Oscar, and the guys on the channel, the guys working behind the scenes. Bielsa showing us analysis of Derby's corners and free kicks. Goalkeeper coach Marcos Abad is running us through this section. Guys are going to be here for a while. So, yeah, mental. Absolutely mental. Imagine if they announced Casilla as well. Oh, Tom, stop getting me excited. That'd be, oh God, I'll just think I'd hit the roof. I mean, I'm just so excited now. I've just gone from there to there. Like, I was so depressed earlier on. If any of you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, please do if you don't already, guys. All my social handles are on. You know, it's basically Ramblings All Leeds TV for everything. Ramblings ALTV. Add me on anything. But honestly, earlier on, I was near enough crying. I was getting Snapchat bloody stories telling me it's all right, it's all right. I was getting very upset. Phil Hay, Stoke are next up for Leeds, but they've changed manager. So since Nathan Jones took charge last week, Bielsa and his staff have analysed every game he's had at Luton this season. Oh, no. Nathan, you're in trouble, mate. You're in trouble. Because he's analysed every single game, as well as having Spygate, as well as everything else that's gone on. You know, now you're having to deal with this man, this meticulous genius, this author of football. Bielsa thanks us for our patience, tells us he's stupid for doing all this analysis, opens the door and walks out of the room, not the club. We're done. Woohoo! Get in there. Get in there. It's as if we've scored. That's it. So he goes out, he drops the mic. Bielsa thanks us for our patience, tells us he's stupid for doing all this analysis, opens the door and walks out the room. Not the club. We're done. We're done, people. That is it. I feel like Homer Simpson. I think my arse has moulded to this leather chair and the heat has finally gone down on here, so hopefully I'll be able to get up. But I think I'm just going to, I'm not wrapping it up yet. I think I'm just going to go over a few tweets that I think Phil's probably going to line up in the next couple of minutes. But that's it. So that's what you've got. So he's not leaving. I'm not leaving, as DiCaprio said on Wolf of Wall Street. So the mic drop. There you go. What a brilliant man. What an absolute brilliant man. Mate, I'm already strapped into this stream. I don't care how long it takes. Glad he's leaving. Bielsa needs a statue at Leeds. Jamie's here. Has he actually stayed? I believe so, Jamie. Well, he has stayed, yeah. Bielsa is staying at Leeds. Quick recap, please. Okay, so recap. Good idea. So I started the day going on LS11 podcast. Very expectant of a good day, and then I get home and after sort of gathering my thoughts, editing a few videos which will be out tomorrow, guys, a few videos with LS11, I got some news about Bielsa holding a press conference, which is very, very unusual for a manager to do that as well, calling his own press conference. It wasn't called by the club, which is very, very unusual. We all then fear the worst. Of course we do, because, you know, with what's been going on with Spygate, there's been no word really from the club apart from a little bit of a statement, nothing from Bielsa really. So this was the first we've heard of him. There's been a little bit of talk on Casilla today, but not a lot. So I presume that's going to be tomorrow now, unless it's revealed tonight, which I doubt. I'm sure Phil will tell us in the next hour what's going on with that. But we got into this press conference and Bielsa has basically analysed the shit out of it. And he's basically given us a little bit of validation for his reasonings behind the whole Spygate, which is essentially he was just doing it for a meticulous view. He doesn't need to do what he's done. He doesn't need to do it. The only reason he did it, I think, what I'm gathering is the fact that it was to see if Harry Wilson was playing, but there was no tactical advantage from doing what he's done. There was nothing he was gaining. He does 4 hours work on each and every club. Each and every game as well. He said he watched Derby 51 times over the past season. He's got analytics of Harry Wilson, analytics of Mason Mount, where they've played, where they've been to the cinema, what they've had for dinner, if they like fish more than meat. And he's just done every meticulous thing. He's basically put Frank Lampard out of the job as well, because it sounds like Frank's he's got his number. He basically was saying as well towards the end about how he's watched every single Luton game of which Nathan Jones has been involved in. So, wow. So that's where we're at. Phil Hay, it comes down to anxiety for Bielsa. He says he analyses all of this because he's anxious to make sure he's got all bases covered. I think the highlight of my time doing this job was the mic drop at the end. Thank you. So he actually did a mic drop. I was pissing around. I was joking. I didn't actually realise he's done a mic drop. Someone gift that. Someone get that on. Someone get that on Twitter if you can. I'll try find it as well. But yeah, so essentially he ends it with a mic drop, which is absolutely fantastic. So there you go. Lampard's out the job. Bielsa keeps his job. Bielsa, new manager of Derby, still the manager of Leeds. So Bielsa takes the reins of Derby and Leeds. By the sounds of it, he's going to be taking the reins of Stoke soon as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is it. So thank you. What a brilliant stream this has been. I know it's been long. I'm tired as well. It's one of my longest streams again. But please, guys, if you like the video, it's been I've had a lot of fun doing this. I wasn't fun at the start, but if you haven't subscribed as well, there's a hell of a lot of you are watching this at the minute. Please subscribe to the channel as well. It means a hell of a lot. But yeah, like the video, guys. It gives me an indication if you like this. If you like me, if you like what I'm doing, I'm presuming there's a few dislikes because I probably shouldn't have gone in on the opposition fans like I have done. But you know, I guess it's what I do. But I'm just so passionate about Leeds. You know, and I was so nervous coming into this. Reading a few of the best tweets out I've got. I loved him before this. Now I die for him. Marcelo Bielsa, El Loco. Breaking Marcelo Bielsa has just ruined the sleep of 91 football managers. Yeah, he's just killed them, hasn't he? He's absolutely killed them, which is fantastic. So yeah, so I mean that's it, guys. I don't know what's going on with Kiko. I'll keep you in the loop. If something goes on, then I'll let you know. I'll stream it on one of my social medias if I don't do it on YouTube. I do Periscope as well as Instagram and Snapchat as well, so I'll stream it on there if something goes on. I'm sure someone at Leeds TV will do the same. I can't because my arse is numb. But thank you, guys. I think we're just on 399 likes, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for watching this. I didn't expect half the viewers. At one point, I think it got to 750, which is just incredible for a live stream. So thank you, you devoted gets, for what you do for this channel. You're incredible. Put a big smile on all of our faces. And there, thank you. You're all streaming with some great comments now. But there you go. Wow, an emotional roller coaster. You can all go to bed feeling all right now. We're still going up. The man is still there. So I'll let you know what goes on anyway, guys. Hope you have a fantastic remainder of the evening. Go away, you know, make love to your wife, make love to your girlfriend, and just have a good evening. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit, guys. Catch you in a bit.